In a world dealing with rising prices, world tensions, and the deep worry that comes from endless social media scrolling, what grabs everyone's attention? Is it a new AI model? A new political drama scene? Nope, it's not. It's a bug eyed, crooked toothed elf monster named Labubu. This little creature, once hidden in storybooks, has become a multi-billion-dollar craze, a fashion item, and maybe the comfort toy for a whole generation of stressed out adults that can't make their Klarna payments. So buckle up, friends, because this story of Labubu isn't just about smart marketing. It's funny, slightly spooky, but it's a look at our biggest worries and the clever ways we buy comfort, packed in a blind box. Give me a second because I have to put this here. Labubu has to be with us. There we go. I think you can see it. I want you to picture people lining up, not for the newest iPhone model and not for concert tickets, but for tiny rabbit-eared gremlins. The hype gets so wild that the company stops in-store sales in 16 shops, saying it's for public safety. This happened in the UK just weeks ago, and that's our starting gun today. Tonight, we'll follow this small plushie down the rabbit hole, literally. We won't shame it, we'll cheer for the brains behind it, and see what Labubu teaches us about sharp marketing, good timing, and our needs for a little magic when times feel rough. Very, very rough. Am I upset? Honestly, not at all. I was upset, however, a few years ago when people spent thousands of dollars on JPEGs that you could right click and save. But this is a $20, $30 piece of art that hurts no one and might actually be genius. How does a simple drawing turn into a worldwide hit? Labubu started in 2015 as a really fun doodle by Hong Kong artist Kesing Lung. I believe he was living in Europe or he was based out of Europe, but he's originally from Hong Kong. I want you to picture a playful forest spirit, part critter, and the idea behind Labubu was phenomenal. He began making these characters that were part forest, part critter, part cute monster with a sparkle in their eyes. He called the set the Monsters. And a toy company Pop Mart saw gold when they heard about it. They made the doodle into a palm-sized plushie, and the numbers when they boomed. In 2024, Labubu helped Pop Mart make $1.81 billion. Yes, almost $2 billion. And this was last year. I bet you that these numbers are probably 20 times this year, if not more. Sales were up, however, last year, 107% from the year before. Rocket fuel for a teddy bear. That one line, the monster, now brings in almost a quarter of all of Pop Mart's money. I want you to think about this massive company that has thousands of SKUs, thousands of products. And now the monsters, Labubu, they bring in more than a quarter. And I bet you this year in 2025, probably bring in 50%. Plush key ring sales alone jumped 1,200%. And you gotta ask, who adds the fuel? How did this happen? I do think that it was perfect timing. I definitely think that this is a recession indicator because we want luxury, but we can't afford other types of luxury. But the truth is, it was celebrities. Rihanna hangs a neon pink Labubu on her Birkin, Blackpink's Lisa tells her 100 million fans Labubu is my baby, and Dua Lipa waves one on stage. Vogue recently called Labubu part toy and part fashion piece. Do you know what it takes for a toy? I mean, let's look back, right? Like we've always been in love with collectibles and we've always been in love with toys. But for a toy to become a fashion piece and for Vogue to talk about it, they won one. I mean, that is LVMH level of winning. On TikTok, I saw the hashtag Labubu has over 1 billion views, which obviously tops some album drops. And I think there's a magic behind it when it comes to the blind box experience. You see, Labubu hides in this sealed blind box. Let me see. We bought one for the purpose of this show. I promise I'll never buy it outside of here. So you buy it in this box. It's blind. You don't really know what you're getting. And you pay $20 to $30 if you actually get your hands on it, but that's a whole other story. I paid almost $110 for this. I'll explain why. Don't judge. Do not judge. This is called Big Into Energy Collection. I think that's what it's called. And I could have gotten one of these 6 or this mystery one. This is not for me, by the way. This was for someone else that made me borrow it. So Thank you. Um, Authenticity, and then you open it, and to the surprise of purchasing it, you get a random one. And the really interesting thing is that blind box experience. But let's talk a little bit about money, because everyone has things confused. I want to talk about resellers. So reselling a product that exists for more money does not make a product expensive. It just simply means that people are assholes and people always want to make money, right? Same thing happens with tickets. But if you wait, which is really hard now, but if you wait or wait in line or wait online, you can wait in line or wait online. You can pay $20 to $30 and you can buy one. But the thing is, people wait in line, they buy it, and then these shops or resellers online sell it for triple the money, which, I mean, who would blame them? Maybe you pull a pirate Labubu, galaxy Labubu, or the super rare glitter snow fairy, which I'm sure sells for a lot of money on eBay. Can we look up how much it costs on eBay? The glitter snow fairy Labubu? We'll put it somewhere on the screen here. This uses a random reward pattern, the same trick that keeps people at slot machines, but for the masses. And you might win, you might not, but you'll try again. And when you try again, that's how they get you. Each box feels like a mini lottery, but a really exciting one, because it's not like you're winning or losing. It's you're winning or winning, but you wish you could win a specific win. You know what I mean? Hit big and your $20 toy can sell for $7,000 on eBay. But I will say this. I hate this culture of constantly having these short-term trends. I will tell you this. Do not buy a Labubu thinking it's an investment, because I hate to burst your bubble, but in a few years it will probably go out of trend, or it will probably be a different type of market, and the thousands of dollars that you spent on Labubus could be somewhere else better. So don't buy them because you think it's an investment. Buy them because it's a short-term investment that you're going to resell for people that are excited and can't wait and don't have any patience, or because you want them. But don't think that this is some sort of like magical forever valuable. You know what is valuable? Buying an autographed piece from an artist who's dead from 50 years ago. That is valuable. Buying a toy that you think is going to be discontinued, or a toy that there's hundreds of thousands of them, not worth your money. Okay? Learn, please. I hate when people think that they're collecting and they're investing. Let's talk about collectors for a little bit. Many buyers are young. Many buyers are probably going to be young, tech smart, and quick on resale apps. They treat Labubu like meme stocks, buy low, sell high. Advanced Collab sold for over $3,000 on StockX, which doesn't surprise me. But blind boxes priced at $80 flipped for $275. I mean, again, this one was probably $29 and I bought it for $110. So tells you everything you need to know. Customs agents even ceased, I think this happened last week, hundreds being smuggled into different countries. And I saw the Chinese authorities also saw a bunch leaving. So they really are cracking down on this. And designer toys are now worth $1.5 billion and they're rising fast. I mean, I'm sure all the fashion big brands are going to start, jumping on this wagon. But some even beat regular stock. So I want you to understand that this industry is growing so fast that it literally beats some market caps of airlines. That's how massive it is. Discord rooms post instant restock alerts. I see a bunch of TikTok lives all the time. And shop bots are auto buying and all these drops in seconds. The problem is all these shop bots and AI agents are being programmed to auto buy drops within seconds. The moment they're out, purchased. TikTok unboxings shout, "Look what I got. Don't you want one?" And these live streams are constantly saying, "Don't give up. Don't give up. Just wait. Just wait." The hunt turns into a worldwide game you can join from your couch. Now, I'm not exaggerating when I tell you that I truly think this is a recession indicator. Experts once watched lipstick sales to spot downturns. Now, you could track Labubu. Adults in the US spent $1.8 billion on toys for themselves early in 2025, while big buys like furniture slipped. A $25 toy feels safe when a new car does not. Labubu is actually almost like a small treat for careful budgets and worried minds. I want you to think of it as the absolute best purchase someone can make. It's almost like you don't have to think about it because it's so little. We all have all these ambitions. We want to be parents and we want to be, owning homes, and we want to be owning cars. But because of this weird time in the economy, Labubus fill that gap for us, at least temporarily. Is it a self-care act, or is it an act of smart sales by companies? Only time will find out, and only you can make that decisions. I found it really interesting, though, that influencers are calling Labubu self-care for your inner child. Why not? More marketing, good for them. People have always kept comfort items, if you look historically. They've always kept comfort items, from Lucky Charms to teddy bears. It's just genetic. It's just our instinct. It's our primal instinct at this point. But Labubu does something different. It gives you this quick jolt of joy and feeling of community, but it also makes you feel part related to celebrities. It makes you part of this massive experience that we're all going through. It's a very, 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 very good time for Labubu. I don't think it would have ever been this big. Cute, though, isn't always green. Polyester comes from oil, and shipping millions of toys makes so much emissions. Still, more brands are testing plant-based or recycled materials, and I don't say this to be dramatic, but I truly, truly, truly think that once this trend is over, wouldn't millions and millions of toys just turn into trash like this? Those are things that we got to think about. We really got to think about. I want you to listen to this really closely. Labubu is cute, it's odd, it's photogenic, and it's made to be wanted. But mainly, it's a mirror. It shows our love of surprise, our chase for status, and our need for small comforts when life feels shaky. Next time you watch an unboxing video, stop and ask yourself, do I want this little joy, or am I buying a clever distraction? Your honest answer could tell you a lot and hint you at the next step of your life. Consumerism has never been crazier, but something that's very, very exciting to me is tracking it down. I really appreciate you watching this video or listening to this episode on Spotify or on YouTube or wherever you listen to your podcast. And with that being said, thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.